What's up, you beautiful people? I'm Marcus Vaughan, and I'm going to talk to y'all about Peru with my associates Connie Burgess and that guy. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I'll probably mess it up and feel kind of bad. So, let's just jump into it. I got some side points in here to get you thinking along the direction that Peru's moving, and then I'll go into Hofstede's dimensions and when not to travel. So, start us off. Peru is one of the fastest growing economies in the world with a leading growth rate. I put that in parentheses because they've had the leading growth rate in Latin America for the last decade. It is incredible. Within that entire time, they've never had a negative growth rate, and they're beating all the other Latin Americas. And so they're consistently moving towards the growth that they need for that country. It's incredible. Peru is the second safest country to do business with in Latin America due to low country risk and consistently improving credit scores. So there's an overall awareness and growing mindset of the business orientation of Peru. They're moving in that direction. And it's quite obvious with these facts, which have been given to which I've read from www.gov.uk, so it is accurate. Major infrastructure projects, metro, bus, and road, they're making it possible and feasible for businesses to get to these places and trade and move from place to place, because without movement, you're dead. So that's amazing. On top of that, Peru has adopted a legal system that promotes and protects foreign investors. Now, as a foreign investor, if we wanted to invest in Peru, they will protect our private property. They will give us unrestricted access to sectors of the market as well as internal and external credit, and they will uphold and enforce the contracts we make with them. And so that's a must, but for Peru, that's incredible. That's awesome. Moving on. Now, as you can see, this is Hofstede's dimensions, and a lot of people have used this exact same graph. I decided to use it because I liked it, and then I saw how many people are using it, and I just thought I'm definitely going to stick with it because it's just it's a useful tool and it's easy to see the differences. Moderate masculinity. Now, obviously, it stands for a preference of cooperation, modesty, caring for the weak, and quality of life. Whereas in masculinity, we're more push towards achievement. There's an obvious power distance difference that Peru is more focused on relationship and caring for each other, and it's more important to have each other happy with our want to be with each other than our individual. I'm forgetting the word. Our individual, what we want. Anyway, high uncertainty avoidance, less comfortable with uncertainty and attempt through rules, regulations, and laws and behavioral norms to reduce or manage uncertainty and ambiguity. So they will, I mean, look at that. It is in 87. They will procedure and plan and rule their processes to death. They will not want to start something. They will not want to be in something that runs into a question mark where they don't know what to do, where they can't. There isn't a written rule. They're just like, well, this wasn't specified. They will avoid that at all costs, obviously. And moving on, very low individualism. Now, I gave you a whole list off to the right here, to the right, because it's so significantly different. In America, here we emphasize ourselves and what we want and who we are and blah 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 blah, and it's all about our achievement. We are paying money to go to school so that we can become better. It is the exact opposite in Peru. They are such a collectivist, group oriented people that their politics are all group oriented, that their teaching is all group oriented, that to the degree that if you are to do something or be something that is not in the group, you will be shamed, to the degree that if you achieve too high, or if you even have a disability and that pulls you out of the group, then you will be shamed. And it's incredible because it's just not anything that we are used to here in America. Short-term orientation. I give you a list, but you don't really need to bother with it because America, as you can see, is so similar. We want our results now. We want things to happen now. There's not much of a process. There's not much of a future plan, which is interesting with their uncertainty avoidance. But they plan for the now, it seems, and so it makes me wonder and question that is Peru going to run into similar economic issues that the U.S. is? Obviously, they're behind economically, but I'm talking about in the future. that the U.S. has because of the same tendencies not to foresee these problems. Anyway, worst times to travel to Peru, June and July because of the hordes of people. This is like the perfect time to be there, and so that's when everybody floods in there, and the roads are packed, and it is uncomfortable. And I would advise avoiding that. The best time is to go right after the rainy season, like right after it, and also in February and March because of the rain. I put in parentheses Inca Trail and Machu Picchu because the everything I read about Peru said this is the place to be and to see, and I saw pictures. It was beautiful, and if it's covered in rain, it's going to be uncomfortable, and you're not going to be able to enjoy it. So there's that. Always look for official cab rides and bus stops. Don't risk it. This country is on the rise. However, there's still lots of corruption. So if you're going to take an unofficial cab ride or an unmarked cabbie, you could get robbed. So be safe. And that's all I got for you. Good job, you made it through. Don't be afraid to ask a question. And that's it. Cool. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching.